was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, who also possessed a well-earned reputation as a fierce knockout artist. The challenger had won the title at age 22, been forced into retirement, but still called himself the greatest. The two would meet in the heart of Africa, and today we'll take you there to relive a storied chapter of boxing history.
I think that Muhammad, like Joe Frazier and all these guys at this stage, can only do what I let them do. And I'm not intending to let them do much.
In the autumn of 1974, it was accepted as fact that George Foreman had the boxing world in the palm of his powerful hand. Soon after capturing the heavyweight gold medal at the Mexico City Olympic Games, he had begun a ferocious assault on the professional ranks. The culmination of his ascent was a shot at Joe Frazier's title, but it was over in 2 rounds, and so began the reign of boxing's most intimidating champion since Sonny Liston.
But I think I'm nearing possibly the best of condition I've ever been in. I got more to train for now, and whenever you got a lot of obstacles in your way, you got to be in the best. And somehow, something inside me tells me to work my best now.
Foreman's second title defense served to further his devastating reputation as he made quick work of Ken Norton.
I hope to stay as active as possible. I'm not interested in one contender no more than the other. I think that Ken Norton is the beginning of a lot of big things for me in boxing.
At age 26, Foreman had an aura of invincibility that overshadowed all of his peers with one exception.
The whole world will have to bear witness that Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
Muhammad Ali was 32 in the 4th year of his comeback from a forced retirement following his refusal to be drafted during the Vietnam War. A Supreme Court ruling freed Ali to return, but a decade had passed since he upset Liston to win the heavyweight championship of the world.
Get up there, Joe. Get up there. Get up in the ring. Let's shoot up the world. Joe, up the world.
The man is sore. The man is flat-footed. The man don't stand a chance. The stage has been set. This man is supposed to annihilate me. 10 years from Sonny Liston, I was supposed to be get at that time. I think it's befitting that I go out of boxing just like I came in, shocking the world by beating a big, bad, ugly monster that nobody could beat.
Ali's road back to contention had been anything but smooth. He was knocked down and beaten by Frazier in their legendary first fight. But 3 years later, Ali earned another title shot via decisions over Ken Norton in a rematch and by defeating Frazier in their second of 3 meetings. Facing the prospect of challenging the ferocious Foreman, Ali began to attack in a familiar fashion, the verbal barrage.
You all talk about I'm old, about my legs are gone, but you forget that I danced 12 rounds with Joe Frazier. The 11th and the 12th round I came on through. The Ken Norton fight that pulled me out, the 11th and 12th round I came on through. I'll dance every minute, every round, and I want George Foreman for men and this man over here, Henry Clark, the number 6 contender, to go back and tell the man to be ready for a dance. Dance! Are we gonna dance?
Dance all night long.
Are we gonna dance? Are we gonna dance?
All night long.
Are we gonna dance?
All night long.
Yeah, let the man
We
say
came to
something.
Africa to dance. Came to Africa to dance.
Let the man talk.
Once again, Muhammad Ali found himself in great demand. The WBC and the WBA mandated the fight. The public certainly wanted it, and the media clamored for it. All that was necessary was one man to put this together.
Well, the fight is scheduled, the fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. There is a fight, supposedly. I don't believe that fights really take place until they actually happen. So there's a chance, like everything, that things don't exist. But there has been a date designated as September 24th in Zaire.
Both Muhammad Ali and George Foreman were guaranteed $5 million apiece.
Well, he had to have a great deal of luck to find an emerging African nation who was willing to put $10 million up for recognition. That he found in Zaire. Then he went to George Foreman and said, I got the money, and I got Ali to sign. That's kind of half-truth. And George said, well, go see about Ali. He went over to Ali and said, I got Foreman and the money. When the smoke all cleared, he seemed to have $10 million in the bank, and both fighters' names on a contract, and the fight was on.
If Muhammad Ali want to fight me and the promoters are willing to put up $5 million, to be honest with you, I'll fight 20 Muhammad Alis at any given date for $5 million.
Well, he says now he can stick and run and beat you.
Well, he'll definitely have to do it to beat me. Stick and run. I'm going to be running him through the jungle.
With the unprecedented purse assured, Foreman marked the beginning of training for his third title defense by holding a picnic in California. A young reporter named Bryant Gumbo was there.
George Foreman's training camp on the county fairgrounds in Pleasanton, California, is in a mineral display shed. While there's nothing impressive about the champion's surroundings, the champion himself is certainly impressive, working in a ring in which temperatures often exceed 100 degrees. His sparring sessions aren't just a training routine. They are instead intense efforts by sparring partners to simply survive a 3-minute round with a man whose punching power is frightening. It's this type of hard work that has George believing he's ready to defend his title against Muhammad Ali.
I feel like I'm in the best of condition, and I would have been able to fight a couple of weeks ago, I feel.
Are your thoughts going against Ali? Have they changed from the time when you were going in against Frazier? Are you a little more confident now?
I realize the things that I can do now, of course, because I've been doing them a lot more now. I realize that I'm a champion, and because I am a champion, it means that I've practiced hard, a lot harder than the other guys around. So I'm pretty well confident now that I can do all the things that I want to do.
$5 million is what Foreman will be paid for this fight. Some say no fighter's effort is worth that much. But worth it or not, George Foreman is hard at work these days, earning his money, prepping for yet another fight of the century. Bryant Gumbel, NBC News, Pleasanton, California.
As for the fight itself, discussion centered not on who would win, but on how much punishment Foreman would dish out.
I'm not going to destroy him. There's nothing you can... This man has been talking since he started boxing. People have broke his jaw, knocked him out. One guy knocked his leg so far up in the air, I thought he was going to take off. And he got up and started talking. So there's no way I'm going to be able to stop him from talking. I'm not...
Training back east, Ali stopped at nothing in an effort to steal some of the champion's spotlight.
Ali, the entertainer, was having some difficulty figuring a new way to get a little more publicity for his upcoming bout with George Foreman. So he let the word go out that he might like to buy himself a helicopter, and then proceeded to get behind the controls of one at his training camp in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania. That got the expected attention. When the man who says he's the greatest spoke of his opponent, the voice was quiet but sure.
He could tag me with one good shot, that's possible. But the odds are any wise man wouldn't bet on him.
Rumble champ. Rumble champ.
Ali is betting very heavily on not letting George Foreman tag him even once. He still feels he's the better boxer, is in better condition, and has the experience and skill to beat Foreman. Bill Morris, NBC News, Deer Lake, Pennsylvania.
Ali even had a plan for dealing with the need to fight at 3 a.m. Zaire time in order to be seen live in the United States.
I got a punch Kid Gavilan showed me called the Bolo Punch, which you're naming the Ghetto Whopper. How you do it, kid? Show me that, kid. George, those are right. See? We'll try it again. I got you. Now we're gonna name it the Ghetto Whopper. The reason it's called the Ghetto Whopper is because the reason that punch is called the Ghetto Whopper is because that punch is thrown in the ghetto at 3 o'clock in the morning. When I first started listening, hitting power didn't mean nothing because usually I fix it where they can't find nothing to hit. So I never worry about hitting power. So a man like George that comes out with those big...
Mocking Foreman's punching style and questioning his stamina became a recurrent theme for Ali.
Easy one on points. Round 2, back out with the stick. Dancing, faking, using that reach, getting in there quick. Pops, I can do that quicker than him. He's more of a... Where I'm... 7, 8 rounds to be puffing. He'll be breathing. I'm a 7, 8 round man. I'm used to going 12 rounds. That's my thing, dancing and sticking.
I'm not boasting, you all. Don't say I'm boasting or I'm a cocky fella. I'm just talking the truth. Because I know Fighters know when fighters are in condition.
That's right.
Fighters know when fighters are in condition.
Right.
Il n'y a pas de combat lorsque le combattant n'est pas dans ces conditions.
The press knows when we are in condition.
That's right.
See?
Tell
The press knows.
Can't hit the butterfly.
The press knows.
Can't hit the butterfly.
Never see again in my lifetime. Kinshasa, Zaire is really on the top of the list. Ali's done it to me again. He's launched me on another foreign adventure. Zaire is located in the heart of Central Africa, the former Belgian Congo. In 1974, the entire populace seemed mesmerized by the prospect of hosting Muhammad Ali. The Ali Circus arrived in Africa about 2 weeks before the fight. Thousands turned out in the hopes of catching a glimpse of Ali as he made his way into the capital, Kinshasa. Both fighters were received by Zaire's president, Mobutu Sese Seko, who portrayed the big event as a gift to his people. Mobutu was also keenly aware of his country's rare chance to be on an international stage.
We knew that the fight was going to be shown all over the world. It was going to put our country, the image of our country, in a very large public.
Before the fight, we give many communication, many news, and the people now, they know Zaire.
This fight occurred at the time of a great black awakening. Black is best, black is beautiful, and both camps felt a great affinity for the emerging third nation of Zaire from the third world. And in so showing this affinity for brotherhood, they dressed as they conceived the Africans would be dressed. Therefore, they came in dashikis off the airplane. They had large afros. And when they got off the plane ready to embrace their African brotherhood and bond in great black friendship, they found that the Africans did not dress as they anticipated, but they dressed as most Americans and Europeans dress.
Of course, they didn't have a good idea about the African people, how they live, what they do, how they dress.
But when they come here, they see.
Having seen an unexpectedly modern Africa, the Foreman and Ali contingents had distinctly different visions of where they would be the most comfortable. The champion chose downtown Kinshasa's Western-style hotel, while Ali lived and trained 40 miles out of town in the Sali. While George Foreman was stuck in a downtown hotel, besieged by fans and media attention, Muhammad Ali, 40 miles away in the Sali, was nice and peaceful and quiet, luxuriating in these villas with a band of hardy men around him and the rest of the villas. The Ali Circus congregated here for one purpose alone, to get Ali to win the heavyweight championship of the world and take it away from George Foreman. Now, Ali had one particular advantage. He had brought Lana Shabazz, his own cook, with him and her vast supply of home cooking. Now, George Foreman was riddled with anxieties in his hotel, meanwhile, because he thought his food was being poisoned. A notion put there by the irrepressible Drew Bundini Brown, who lost no chance to tell the hotel staff that we were poisoning George Foreman's food.
The vibrations are against him, the planets are against him, and already he lost the first 5 rounds.
Right.
Is that right?
That's
are we
right.
on the days?
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Despite Bundini and Ali's best effort at psychological warfare, Foreman appeared oblivious to their bluster, mainly because although both fighters trained in the Sali, they rarely saw each other. Reverent crowds gathered to witness Foreman's daily workouts, which were highlighted by the booming punches unleashed on his sparring partners. as the champion's entourage made the hour-long trek back to town, Ali's sessions would commence. No hushed atmosphere here. African drums accompanied the challenger's every move as he trained with a nearly religious fervor for his chance to regain the heavyweight title. Preparations of a different sort were underway in Kinshasa as Mobutu's new sports stadium was readied for the expected crowd in excess of 60,000 fight fans and civic-minded citizens of Zaire. Except for a small VIP section, stadium seating was non-existent. No seats, no tickets. No ticket numbers, no seats. So the tickets were ordered anyway from Philadelphia, and 3 or 4 days before the fight, the tickets came in. Major crisis. President Mobutu's name was misspelled. Back went the tickets to Philadelphia, and it turned out that that crisis was solved by an even bigger crisis.
Some things happen, and they always happen when it's best. Well,
Sparring less than a week before the fight, Foreman was cut above the right eye. As his handlers, Dick Sadler and Archie Moore, examined the damage, it was obvious that the showdown would have to be postponed for at least 1 month.
Hold that ice on me. It stops upon the coagulate the blood.
Ali was despondent at first.
Everybody's here. The world is here. The biggest event in all history. People are flying. At this moment, we're talking plane loads on the way here. Cameras are here. Technicians. The world is sold out all throughout Venezuela, Peru, all throughout Mexico, Africa, England. Tickets are sold and all the money's got to be refunded. It's just a big mess. And I just wish we could do something. Bring Joe Frazier over. We'll fight him. Or we'll fight George. If the fight is stopped on the cut, and if the cut gets worsened, then we'll have a contract saying we'll have to fight again in 6 months. Let's do something to get this thing on.
Ultimately, the month-long delay benefited Ali both physically and spiritually as he managed to take advantage of the extra time. More than anyone, Muhammad Ali seemed to sense and draw power from the location, from Africa, that he was close to his roots. Many evenings he would sit here on this walk by the Zaire River, seeming to draw strength from the river itself, from the primordial surroundings, and ramble on talking about what he was going to do to George Foreman, how the plan was going to develop, seemed to draw strength as the days went by. As the endless days after the cut went by, he got stronger and stronger as he ruminated with Angelo and his other companions as to what he was going to do to George Foreman when that fateful night came up.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. George can't hit what his eyes can't see. Now you see me, now you don't. You think you will, but I know you won't.
Very good.
This is gonna be a good fight. I want to say that plan to make this my last fight, and I'm gonna shock the whole world. I think it's befitting that I go out of boxing like I came in 10 years from the day I beat Sonny Liston, destroying another Sonny Liston who idolized Sonny Liston. He jumps ropes like Sonny Liston. He walks around with a stare at his sad face like Sonny Liston. He's awkward and slow, and he hits hard like Sonny Liston. And I think it's befitting that 1974 stage couldn't be said no better, that I retire this man just like I did Liston.
Right. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Angelo Dundee.
Is that all the time I get? Okay.
Thank you, Bandugabula and Big.
Don't do that turn away.
Get away.
Gaining momentum, Ali even questioned the champion's desire to fight.
I predict that whenever the fight is set, he might not show up.
Et je suis sûr qu'avant que le combat ne soit prêt, il va disparaître.
I just want all helicopters guarded, private boats, private jets entering this space. I want the airport. I'm serious. I want the president. I want all of you Zaireans to be on guard. Watch all strange boats slipping in. They might take him out.
Bus station.
Watch the bus station. Oh. Watch everything. Watch the elephant caravans. He might sneak up an elephant. Watch everything. Please, Dick Sadler slick. And Archie Moore's quick.
Everything moving.
Watch everything moving. Unidentified objects leaving Zaire. Please watch him closely.
Let him interpret. Je voudrais que les Zaïrois soient plus près de
The man won't out. The man won't out.
However, with his cut healed, Foreman's confidence was also at full strength.
Could be reported about is that I'm ready to fight, healthy, and if nothing happens between now and the day of the fight, there will be a fight on the 30th,
and I'll be doing my best to win. And as evidence, everybody's seen what I do. I go out and try to do the same thing to everybody. I won't be trying to change tactics.
He called me at the eve of the fight at 10 o'clock p.m. in his room. He had a big suite in the Intercontinental Hotel. And I went there to see him. And I asked him, what's wrong, brother? He said, Bula, I want you to do something. So I would like you to organize, to invite also the British champion. What is his name again?
Joe Bugner.
Joe Bugner to come and say, I said, you want to fight the two the same day, the same night? He said, yes. I said, no, you cannot do it. I waited until the morning. Next morning, I went to see Ali. I said, Ali, man, you better be careful.
Foreman settled for fighting Ali only, and fight night finally arrived, as did Zaire's moment in the sun, which actually took place around 3 a.m. local time. You know, boxing myths are born. When someone misinterprets a fact, then repeats it over and over and over again in the press, pretty soon it's accepted as fact. Let's explode one such myth. Angelo Dundee didn't loosen the ropes in Zaire. Right here on this spot, the ring in the middle of this football field had ropes that were sagging badly. When Angelo saw that, he went and got Bobby Goodman. They tried to tighten those ropes as much as they could. Finally, they got to the point where no matter how much they tightened, it would only still be sagging. He went into the dressing room, told Ali, hey, these ropes are loose. That's as good as we can do. And Ali said, well, we'll have to use that. It wasn't Angelo Dundee that was loosening the ropes. It was Muhammad Ali's fertile mind that created the rope-a-dope, which became the factor that won the fight for him. The ill-fitting ropes were just part of a most unusual setting, even by Ali's circus standards. Native African dancers filled the stadium floor just minutes before we made our way from the dressing room. Zaire had set a dramatic stage for the action to come. The one thing I learned upon my return to Africa was the fondness and accuracy with which the people of Kinshasa and Zaire remember Foreman and Ali in their epic fight. And why not? It established their country in international circles. And you spread the map of Africa before any American. He can point out Egypt, he can point out Libya, he can point out South Africa because of the conflicts, but he points out Zaire because of the rumble in the jungle. In a moment, we'll return for a further look at that fight, which the people here in Zaire call simply the greatest fight ever.
And here comes the Ali people out of the dressing room, and all of the questions will be answered. This is an awesome power of George Foreman against the violent boxing skills of Muhammad Ali. It's age against youth. The experience of Muhammad Ali against the youth and brute force on blinding speed. You can hear the band beginning to strike up in the background as Ali moves to the ring. This is what Muhammad Ali lives for. This is the man's life. This may be a historic event. Muhammad Ali coming into the boxing ring for the last time. Should Muhammad Ali retire, this will be, what you're seeing now, a very historic event. Should Ali win the title tonight, it definitely is an historic event because he will have to definitely go down in the history of boxing as one of the all-time greats. His handler, Angelo Dundee, brings him in. And there you hear the sound of Ali Boumaier. That's what the local people say. And you can see Ali is getting a standing ovation from some 70,000, we estimate, in attendance here as he dances behind the American flag. Muhammad Ali will be gloved in the ring, as will George Foreman. How about it, Jimmy? Any thoughts on what it's like for an athlete to go into the field of battle?
It's tremendous pressure, Bob, no doubt about it. But I think along with the pressure, there's a great feeling because it's like once in a lifetime you can do something that's great that maybe no one else can ever do again.
One thing that's very important as we take a look across the ring at Muhammad Ali bouncing around is Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, a physician, a man that certainly has the ability to help the aging former champion Muhammad Ali should he get in trouble. And of course his handler, a man that's been with him all the way, Angelo Dundee. I have to give the corner strength to the Muhammad Ali group based on the just sheer fact that George Foreman was cut. There's a possibility that he could be cut against. Ali has lashing, cutting type punches. He's got tremendous speed in his hands, still has good speed of foot. Just how much speed in this humidity, we just don't know.
Tell us about the long delay. Was that something planned, perhaps to psych Ali out?
Yes, that was to break Ali's psyche. Ali had held us up for some time, and then after he got into the ring, we decided to counteract that psyche and make him wait a little bit to see how nervous he could get.
Now here comes the heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman, jogging out. George Foreman decked out in his red robe, coming in with his people. Listen to the ovation that he's getting. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong on this, but it appears that Foreman's getting a little bit more of an ovation.
Although, as we were saying, he came just in time, because I don't know whether you noticed there but at the beginning of Foreman entering, there were a few boos. People were beginning to resent the delay. Now the excitement of the big fight being about to begin is overwhelming that. But he really was timing it very tightly indeed.
Well, there he is, the heavyweight champion of the world in there. Takes a look across the ring at Muhammad Ali. Look at Ali having a look right back.
There is some clear booing. There is a little booing. There is a little booing.
There definitely is. A little bit of booing. George Foreman in his red robe dancing around, casts a little glance across to Muhammad Ali.
While Foreman was 6 years younger than Ali, the challenger had weighed in 3.5 pounds lighter than Foreman, and Ali had the slight reach advantage. And now both sought the psychological edge.
Look at this now as they stare. Muhammad Ali beginning to talk to George Foreman. They're really putting the stare on each other. George Foreman has that serious look. Ali definitely talking to him. Look at the stare on George Foreman. Look at Ali give him the word. So the stage is set. We're just about ready to begin. Round one. The heavyweight championship of the world at stake. There can be no more pure form of sport than a heavyweight championship fight when two individuals, finely tuned athletes, climb into the ring. This time, the championship is at stake, and $5 million will be paid to both fighters. Ali ready, Foreman ready. We're waiting for the opening bell. The enthusiasm begins to mount here. One thing we want to look out for is just how fast this man, George Foreman, will open. As we mentioned, in his past several fights, he hasn't gone in the past 4 years beyond 2 rounds in any fight. Can Ali dance and stay away from him? Is George Foreman's thundering punches going to be too much for him? Is the left hook that is so devastating, the tremendous left hook, going to stop Ali? Here we go, Ali quickly across the round. Round one, Ali bouncing around, shifting left for right. George moves slow. Ali gets the first punch in, a light right hand taken on the forehead by George Foreman, the champion. Foreman moving slow, trying to stalk his man. Ali looks like he's ready to go here. He's not staying away. He's going after his man. Foreman comes in. Foreman a bit cautious in the first round, looking to drop that left hook. Foreman stalks his man to the far corner. There's that left uppercut and jab to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali tries to hang on to the head of George Foreman. Foreman dances now. Moves Ali with a right hand lead again. As Foreman slightly confused with that right hand lead, which I haven't seen too many times before. Ali certainly dancing, slipping punches, sliding around both ways. Foreman's idea is to back him off into the corner, and when they get tight, to wail away with that vicious hook to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali lashes out with a light left. A straight right hand. Forehead of George Foreman. George Foreman again takes a light left inside as he tries to work to the body of Muhammad Ali. That's Ali on your right. Foreman on the left. A wild left hand thrown by George Foreman. Taken on the side of the head of Ali. The pace is tremendous in round one. George Foreman with his face to you. Ali to the left. Ali tries to time up. He's leaning on Foreman. Foreman with a vicious uppercut misses. Ticketed for the head of Ali. Ali stands back, ties his man up, leans on the rope, tells him, whispers in his ear, taunting him. So far, Ali looks pretty impressive in round one. This Foreman throws a light glancing blow, ticketed for the head of Ali, but goes over the shoulder of Muhammad Ali. Ali shifts right, bounces left, takes the light left on the side of the head. Wild left hand thrown on the side of the head of Muhammad Ali. Look at the referee, Zach Clayton, having his problems. 1 minute left in round number one. The heavyweight championship between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, live via satellite, direct from Zaire, Africa. That punch did no damage. That one did. Two wild right hands taken on the side of the head of Muhammad Ali. Ali continues to try to tie his man up. Zach Clayton separates him. Wild left hand, vicious hook. There's a real strong right hand just underneath the heart. And Muhammad Ali is taking some punishment now. About 25 seconds left in the round. Ali, face left, throws the straight right hand. That right hand lead has George Foreman slightly confused, but a straight left jab thrown by Foreman has Ali in the corner. Ali dances back, hangs on. What a tremendous pace in round number one. The hook to the body of Muhammad Ali. Zach Clayton, the referee, separates them. About 8 seconds left in the round. Round one, Foreman and Ali, ending round one.
Was there too much headhunting by Foreman in that first round?
Well, there was sufficient headhunting, of course. When you're trying to knock a man down, you want to hit him on the jaw, in the head somewhere. And but I would believe that there was a bit too much headhunting. If you're going to go 15 rounds or 12 rounds or whatever the fight was limited to.
Here we go, round number two to determine Ali. Get off his stool in between rounds. George Foreman sat down all the way. Ali with a back up against the rope. He's talking to Foreman still. Ali tries to tie him up. No real damage done in that exchange at all by either fighter. Round two just underway. That wild left hand that George Foreman throws is trying to get to Ali. I can't see any puffiness over the right eye of George Foreman at this point, although Ali has hit him on the button. Ali is definitely headhunting with his right hand lead. A good right hand taken on the left side of the jaw by Muhammad Ali, and there's those vicious hooks to the midsection of Ali. Ali has a tremendous strength through the midsection. George Foreman is headhunting himself. Ali tries to hang on. The pace not quite what it was in round one. Ali backs up, leans out, takes advantage of the reach. Foreman tries to work the body. Neither one of those punches did any damage. None of those punches are doing any damage at all. None. Absolutely none. There's a light flicking left hand to the face of George Foreman. Foreman pushing the head back of Ali, and Ali hangs on. This hanging on tactic is important for Muhammad Ali, who must take a breather now and then. Left hand, light left, taken on the chin of Ali. That wild left hand is not scoring, not getting through. Left jab right in the button, thrown by Ali. Another left jab. Ali showing his slipping speed as Foreman continues to wail at the body of Muhammad Ali. Another left hand on the right eye of George Foreman, the right eye that was cut in training. Still cannot see if it's puffy at all. George Foreman continues to stalk Ali, tries to get through with a straight left jab, an improved left jab. There's a vicious, awkward, but very powerful hooks with both hands. Left hooks and what would really be a right cross is a hook for George Foreman. Misses the left hand. Ali inviting him to punch. Shows him the tremendous Ali slipping of punches as he twists the body to the side. Ali backs up and jabs as he backs up. About 45 seconds left in round two. An even fight to this point. The pace is definitely slowed down in round two. Oh, a great left hand. An over and under combination. Left hand and then the right on the jaw. Taken by the champion George Foreman. There's the left hand in the eye of Foreman. Ali scoring some punches here. These punches are not hurting him that he's taking on the side of the head. 30 seconds left in round two. Look at Ali. Continues to talk and talk. Definitely serious. Tremendous combination by Muhammad Ali. The left hand and then that straight right to the jaw. He's trying to do the damage with the left jab, the lightning flicking left to the right eye of George Foreman. 10 seconds left in round number two. Now he's pulling what he did against Joe Frazier. Shaking his head. No, no, he says. The left hand gets through again. There's the bell ending round two.
Well, I think round two saw the birth of the rope-a-dope. But I think all I can remember was you and I and everybody screaming as loud as we could, get off the ropes, get off the ropes. We didn't know that Ali was not getting hit that hard and that he was causing some damage. Remember what you were thinking about when he backed up there?
What steamed me up the worst was in our corner. I tried to slap him off the ropes because I was scared to death he was going to fall out of there. I thought our guy going to wind up being the dope, just laying there.
Able to observe a little bit of puffiness under the left eye of George Foreman, the left eye, not the right eye. Oh, what a combination landed by Ali to the face of George Foreman. Round 3 just underway. Very even fight. I would have to score round 2 slightly in favor of Muhammad Ali. There's the left flicking in the face of George Foreman. George Foreman backing Ali to the ropes. There's the vicious left hook to the body. Misses the left again, the right to the body, thrown by George Foreman. Ali is getting away with hanging on to the head of Foreman. Foreman will push and try to set up his punch. Watch him push. There's the right hand. When he pushes, he tries to do it off of that. That's his secret. Continues to work downstairs on Muhammad Ali. Round 3, very close. Heavyweight championship fight. Ali on the left. Foreman misses the right hand. Ali scores with his own right. Foreman setting him up against the rope. What a vicious, fast combination by Ali. Ali definitely showing the hand speed in this fight. There's the chant, Ali Boumbaye. That means Ali, kill him. In the sporting sense, of course. Ali making Foreman look a bit awkward. That punch did no damage again. Ticketed to the head of Muhammad Ali. But that punch did. Look at him whispering in the ear of Foreman. Why he continues to taunt him. Ali super confident. Foreman looks unusually slow with his hands. But look at this now. All of a sudden he opens up. 4 punches downstairs on Ali. Ali, of course, has protection around that area he was being hit by. Ali showing the ability to punch inside against George Foreman. Now the fighters move across the ring. A right hand lead by Foreman this time. Another right hand. A good right hand taken on the left side of the cheek, on the jaw of Muhammad Ali. That was the best punch so far for George Foreman. I don't know if you saw it, but it did spin the head around of Muhammad Ali. Have to say the heaviest punch so far was definitely landed by Foreman in that exchange. Ali trying to hang on. Might have been just stunned by that blow. Vicious right hand goes whistling by the nose of Ali. Ali continues to talk to George Foreman. Continues to talk, continues to taunt. 30 seconds left in round number 3. Foreman looking for his opening to unload that left hand underneath the heart of Ali and drop the right. There he goes with the right, but it just didn't land that time. Very even fight. 10 seconds left now in round 3. Ali showing his combination. The hand speed, left combination to the head of Foreman. Foreman again takes the right hand, right on the left side of the head. The bell ends round 3.
Well, that third round showed the Ali corner that the rope-a-dope was really working. This hand speed of Ali was beginning to neutralize the devastating body punching of George Foreman. It became a surprise to Foreman. Foreman thought he'd get him out of there with just the body blows. And what happened? Ali was still there in the third round, and he looked fresh.
And for George Foreman, this was certainly new territory as an efficient knockout specialist. It was very rare for a Foreman fight to go this far. And I talked about that and other matters with George when I visited with him at his Houston training camp.
When you're young like that, you've had so many knockouts, you don't want to win by points. You want to knock them out. And if I had to do all over again, I'd just win the fight on points and don't worry about it. If he didn't want to come out in the middle of the ring, forget him. You don't want the championship of the world, that kind of thing.
Why did you take a chance on Ali? That was a very dangerous fight for you to take.
Well, it's real simple. $5 million. Everybody should take a chance for $5 million at least once in their life.
So it was strictly the financial consideration.
And not only that, but I had beaten everybody that Muhammad Ali had lost to. He was whipped by Kenny Norton. I knocked Kenny Norton out easily. And of course, I got Joe Frazier, who had
dropped Muhammad Ali, so it wasn't like he was going to be a great threat to George Foreman.
So you were very confident going in.
Overconfident, as a matter of fact.
What would you do differently if you could
Well, of
do it
course,
again?
I've learned how to fight better now, and there's a way of fighting styles like Muhammad Ali. He had nothing to lose. He fought just like your initial bums, just lay on the rope and take a whipping. That's normally what a bum would do. But this time, he did it with character. He said, hey, I'm going to weather this storm. I'm going to whip George Foreman.
Did the rope-a-dope surprise you?
Not at all, because normally when I fight a guy, that's all he can do anyway. It's just get on the rope and just hope that he doesn't get hurt. And if you happen to lay on the rope and George Foreman become a dope, you win the fight.
Are you saying George became a dope?
Yeah, I
that
lay on
night?
the rope and just like a dope kept hitting him.
I would say George is rushing himself too much. He needs to take his time and watch what he's doing.
Here we go, round 4. Muhammad Ali looks to be the fresher of the two at this point. This is the furthest that George Foreman has gone in a fight since 1972. He's in the 4th round against Muhammad Ali, the dancing master with tremendous hand speed. The left hand scores again. Foreman looking for the opportunity, has a tremendous look of determination. Staggered! Foreman staggered! Definitely! Right on the button! Right on the jaw of George Foreman! That's probably the hardest Foreman has been hit since Gregorio Peralta opened his eye in the first fight. Another right hand taken on the left side of the head of George Foreman. Foreman's face beginning to show signs of puffiness around the right eye, but below the right eye. Wild right hand thrown by Foreman misses the intended target, the jaw of Ali. Foreman tries to score. Ali ties him up in tight. Zach Clayton doing the job separating the fighters. Ali rifles a right to the head of Foreman. Foreman tied up. Ali is getting away with it, tying his man up. There's Ali facing him. Foreman, the strength in his back you can see as he tries to work downstairs on Ali. Ali hanging on and continues to get away with it. Ali looks a bit concerned, but what would you expect in there against George Foreman? Foreman not scoring these punches at all. Light, boring punches, unusual for George Foreman. Maybe the heat is getting to George Foreman, as his leg at that point looked a bit on the rubbery side. Ali scores a light combination there, but no serious damage done. Both fighters beginning to show signs of a little bit of tiring now, and you have to expect it with the temperatures close to 80 here in Zaire, Africa. Neither one of those punches were damaging to the body of Ali. George Foreman's legs look almost weary now. Does not look strong in the legs to me at all. Right hand missed, the second one just clipped Ali in the back of the head. Muhammad Ali with that straight left hand. Now the left hook trying to catch the right eye of George Foreman, no doubt about it. Ali hanging on behind the head. Foreman hasn't been able to push Ali off and set him up. Misses the right hand. Ali is definitely confusing him. 30 seconds left in round 4. Foreman continues to come on. Ali backs up. Not as much circling as we expected. Ali hanging tough, not coming in and moving out. Left hand misses, goes over the shoulder of Ali, and again Ali hangs on. Zach Clayton, the referee, separates the two fighters. There's the vicious left. No real serious damage done. Ali is getting his hand up. The wild left by the jaw of Ali. Look at Foreman's face. He does look tired. He doesn't have the bounce in his legs. Misses again. The bell ends round 4.
I've been waiting 16 years to ask you these questions, Archie. When Ali went to the rope-a-dope and stayed there for 3 rounds, did your corner feel exultant? Did they say, oh boy, we got him right where we want him, we're going to just hammer him down to death?
No, I did not, because I knew that what Ali had shown from the beginning, that he was an escape artist of the highest nature. And he continued to escape and evade and hold Foreman harmless by bearing down on the back of his neck and making Foreman use his strength against himself. And this is what I call good thinking.
But the punches of Foreman were like a crab, like they were come from so far out. He got to be wearing himself out. And in the meantime, Ali was taking that short little causeway there and popping them real hard, straight rights. Wasn't that hurting George Foreman?
Of course, it demean him from all of his strengths by missing, you see. When you miss, you lose more strength than you do when you hit a guy.
Well, high anxiety, I think is how you can characterize it. We were so scared that one of those thundering punches would land on Ali and knock him out, or at the very least that they were wearing him out, that we couldn't see what was actually happening. We just couldn't believe that Ali was taking advantage of the opportunity given by these wide punches of George Foreman. George was punching just like Ali's nickname was, the old washerwoman. These wide punches were swinging in, as you can see. That left this causeway right down the middle of the pike to Ali. Watch Ali in these subsequent rounds. He takes advantage of straight right hands right from the shoulder. Those hurt like heck when you're coming in, multiplied by the fact that Foreman's coming in. Double jabs, right hands. He was stunning, actually setting back George Foreman and getting him dizzy. And all the while, he was talking to him and confusing and bewildering him.
Here we go. The bell sounds. Round number 5. Ali stood through part of the round as he allows Foreman to back him up. Foreman scored a pretty good right hand that time to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali's face showing no signs of being hit at all as he takes a light left hand. This is a straight left hand thrown by Ali. Face of Foreman beginning to look marked. No cuts. Nobody's been down. We're in round 5. Foreman definitely has a puffy right eye. Straight left hand taken by Foreman. Ali continues to talk to him. Foreman trying to back Ali up and really throws the right hand to the body of Muhammad Ali. Doesn't seem to bother Ali as Ali stands on his toes, works downstairs, goes downstairs. Good left hook by Ali. Good left hook by Foreman. Again, the right hand of Ali is going to the left side of the face of Foreman as the infighting is really better for Muhammad Ali, upstairs anyway.
Careful, careful, careful.
Here's some real good shots to the body thrown by Foreman. Foreman on the left of your screen, Ali on the right. Ali leans up against the ropes. Right hand taken on the gloves by Ali. There's a real wild right hand taken in the back of the head of Ali. Foreman with that wild right again. Ali looks like he's trying to rest in this round. His punches are not doing any damage though. Vicious right thrown to the body of Ali. Wild right misses the head of Ali. The left taken on the glove of Ali, the right glove. Foreman pouring. Foreman trying to set him up. Trying to set him up to the body. Ali does look tired now. Foreman seems to be coming back with more steam. Scores with a light right hand. 1 minute left in round 5. This is George Foreman's round all the way. Ali, this is a cruising round for him. Foreman wailing away, and Ali says to take a best punch. Foreman just working the body, hasn't hit Ali except once to the face. Neither fighter has been down. Ali picks it up a little bit, about 40 seconds left in round number 5. Good twist left, the culmination by Ali, lands in the head of Foreman. Foreman with that right. Ali's throwing a good man, a good right, backs up Foreman. Backs him up in his back. Foreman selling it. Foreman tries to look. Ali's thrown to the right. Foreman comes back to the left. Foreman hit again. Foreman has been hit 3 or 4 times. Misses a wild left hand. Ali is showing tremendous strength. There's the blow. Ending round 5. By far the best round of the fight.
What a terrific round. We're joined by the third man in the ring, Zach Clayton. Zach, you surprised that Ali went to the rope-a-dope as frequently as he did?
I didn't have any idea of his being surprised by what he did, but I knew he had to do something to save himself from getting knocked out. Because of the flooring was very soft. It was like a padded ring. Aside from being a padded ring, it was a smaller ring than normally. The average championship fights 20 to 24, 22 feet squared. This was about 16, so by having the padding on the floor, Ali couldn't dance like which is part of his fighting.
But combined with that, he did the psychological warfare of keeping talking to George, and that blew George's mind. Tell us what he was saying.
All right, let's say starting second or third round when he went to the ropes, or fourth or fifth round when he went to the ropes, and laid on the ropes. He was calling Foreman all kinds of names. Any name of ugliness you can think of, he called him. And that irritated Foreman that much more. And he was pounding that left hand in Ali's kidneys and ribs cage. And in the last round you saw where he was throwing continuously left hands. And the left hand was really getting in, hurting Ali to the extent that how much could he take? So he told Foreman, hey, Sam, what do you want to call him? Is that the hardest you can hit with that hand? So Foreman stopped hitting you with the left hand, started hitting you with the right hand. That saved him.
Foreman say anything back?
He didn't say anything during the whole entire fight. Not one word.
All right, Zach, let's move on to round 6.
I must say I don't understand those tactics, Joe, of staying on the ropes and letting him hit it.
Well, what he's doing, he's using the old pro skill on George. And George falling for it. George, you remember when I fought him in 70?
Here we go with round number 6. There was some confusion in between rounds as officials and attendants are tightening up the ropes to prevent Ali from leaning back. And Angelo Dundee, the trainer of Ali, came racing across the ring and really did some yelling. They're still screaming back and forth about the ropes, whether they want them tight or loose. Zach Clayton separates the two fighters. Ali goes headhunting again. Oh, a great left hand taken on the face of George Foreman. Ali scored 3 in a row that time. Foreman's right eye looking to be closed. Ali has tremendous look of confidence on that face. These punches are landing, bouncing off the eye of the heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman. Foreman has his work cut out for him. Ali gets a hand from the tremendous crowd here at 20th of May Stadium. Now Ali backs up against the ropes, takes a low blow, not intended by George Foreman. Light left on the break by Ali. Foreman has no steam in any of those punches, and you don't need me to tell you that. Ali leans on him. Ali sits back on the ropes and tells Foreman to come in. Foreman looks like, well, a bit arm weary until that right hand is trying to set Ali up. Ali doing exactly what he's actually not supposed to do, leaning up against the ropes and taking the punches of the heavy-hitting George Foreman. Foreman doesn't really look to have that tremendous punch anymore, but I'm sure that when he gets a little respite here, as they're cruising a little bit now in round 6, that he'll be able to deliver the thundering, booming, rifling shots that he's capable of delivering at any time. A minute left in round 6. Muhammad is allowing Foreman to come in on him, inviting him in and counter-punching, inviting him in, talking to him. Angelo Dundee screaming from the corner, Ali, get off those ropes. But Ali continues to talk to Foreman. Straight left hand on the chin of George Foreman. Foreman paws in. He's looking for room to unload that right hand. 30 seconds left in the round. Now Ali squares away. Watch him box. He loves to put on combinations in the last few seconds of the round. Right hand misses. That right hand scored by Ali. Look at these combinations that Ali lands. The speed of Ali to this point is outclassed the strength and booming punches of Foreman. Neither fighter has been down. Round 6.
Man got experience, man got a youth. It's all depends how you've been trained for him. And he's fighting smart, real smart.
Yes, I'd hate to predict any fight, but my goodness, those people who said Foreman would win in a flash have certainly been proved wrong. Those people who said...
Here we go, round number 7, and the fighters can't wait to get at each other. As this time, Big Foreman comes stalking across the ring, delivering some light hooks to the body of Ali that certainly are doing no problems or causing any problems to Muhammad Ali. Ali spins him around out of the corner now. Ali is definitely in command as far as the movement in the ring is concerned. Foreman looking for the opportunity to unload. The left hand again in the face of Foreman. Definitely Ali is scoring more punches than George Foreman. The punches to the body of Ali are not hurting him. They're not taking a toll. The man is in tremendous physical condition in that part of his body. Of course, George Foreman tries to work again inside on Ali. Ali pushes his hand away. Again, Ali ties up George Foreman. Foreman doesn't look to have that good bounce in his leg anymore. But of course, Foreman being the one-punch artist that he is, who knows what might happen as the rounds continue. We're in round number 7, midway through. Straight left and a good right hand taken on the side of the head. The tactic by Ali is to jab with the left, throw the right hand, and hang on. George Foreman, of course, famous for his booming punches. Foreman continues to come in on Ali. He wants Ali bad. It's just a matter of trying to set him up to deliver the real heavy blow. Ali rifles into the right hand. Ali's face is not marked. George Foreman gets in a pretty good left to the body that time, underneath the rib cage of Muhammad Ali. The punch was hard to see on television, but he did score a pretty good punch inside. Ali doing what he did to some smaller men, leaning on George Foreman. There's a good right uppercut thrown by Foreman. Best punch he's thrown in a couple of rounds. Ali hangs on. Both fighters beginning to show signs of being tired. 30 seconds left in this round 7. Very even fight. Hard to tell exactly who would be out in front. Perhaps by a point, maybe 2, one way or the other. Looks like Ali could be out in front with the punches that he's scoring to the head of Foreman. Foreman tries to score some punches, definitely showing some fatigue in the waning seconds in round 7. Ali continues to talk. Foreman tries to deliver some shots to the body. The bell sounds, ending round 7.
You know, I remember in that round you turned to me and you said, Foreman sleepwalking. And I was wondering what you were talking about that.
Well, he was walking. He had that look on himself. What am I doing here? He was like walking in the daze. My guy helped the daze naturally, snapping the head back with that jab.
Foreman, on the other hand, just seemed to be pawing away.
No balance.
Nothing.
He was walking. His legs were together, and the strength of my fighter was predominant. The way he pushed him and shoved him and handled him.
The bell sounds, round number 8, and an even fight here live via satellite, a video techniques presentation worldwide. Ali working to the head of George Foreman. Ali scores again with a light left hand. That time a straight left bounces the head back of Foreman. A quick short jab with the right hand bounces the head around of Foreman. Foreman looking to deliver the real heavy blows. Now he's bouncing better. Almost falls out of the ring. Ali left that punch, twisted his body to the side, and the left hand went kind of over the shoulder. Ali bends him over. Zach Clayton right on the spot, the referee, chairman of the Pennsylvania State Boxing Commission. Ali, it seems to be, well, kind of going the way he wants. He's not dancing as much as we thought, but he seems able to control him. Now, some pretty good heavy right hand taken on the left side of the cheek by Ali. Good right hand thrown by Foreman that time. Again, for Foreman, it seems to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 good punches. That punch taken on the gloves, that one slips by the left ear, tries to go with that right uppercut that felled Kenny Norton. The left hand again thrown out by Foreman. Both fighters now very much more fatigued than they were a round or so ago. The heat is pretty high here, around 80 degrees. The humidity is probably 85 to 90. At age 32, Muhammad Ali is bouncing around pretty good for the 24-year-old Foreman, hanging pretty tough in there. Again, I caution you to look for the one punch that George Foreman can deliver at any time. This man is devastating, to say the least. These punches are not at this particular time. Tried to pull a sneaky right hand on Ali. Ali hanging on, getting away with it. Getting away with it. The left hand taken on the side of Ali's cheek. The left hook again on the side of the gloves. Right hand by Foreman was not effective. The right uppercut did bounce the head a little bit. His punches will not hurt Ali. Ali just takes him, protecting his face at all times, does Ali. Foreman throwing more punches now. Maybe this could be the tactic of Ali to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8. Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman. It's the combination. 3, 4, 5, 6. Foreman gets up to the knee. 8. That's it. The fight is stopped. Muhammad Ali, a dramatic 8th-round knockout. He knocks out George Foreman. He's done it. Muhammad Ali has done it. The great man has done it. This is the most joyous scene ever seen in the history of boxing. This is an incredible scene. The place is going wild. Muhammad Ali has won. Muhammad Ali has won by a knockdown. By a knockdown. The thing they said was impossible, he's done.
I saw it coming from the first time Ali began to pull Foreman's head down, because I knew that he was going to tire him out. That was going to tire him out. See, and eventually Foreman didn't catch on to how he could get loose from that, and Dick Sadler, his manager, didn't know how to tell him to get it loose from that, and Foreman couldn't have done it anyway, because Ali was too well rounded out in boxing knowledge to let any one thing worry him. He could have gone to something else. He was out boxing Foreman in every way that Foreman could look around.
But still, did you think he was going to get counted out? I mean, counted out, because nobody had dropped George Foreman.
No, I didn't really think that Ali could punch hard enough to knock George out, but he did.
He did. I'll tell you, one guy wasn't surprised, that guy right there. Because when we came down the stairs, he said, this round he's going out. You expected it.
I expected it. I thought George not going that type of distance a long time. He was treading in water, never been in before. And the tank went dry. Now, the other thing that stopped George, a lot of people didn't realize, nobody knew the strength of Muhammad Ali. He was manhandling him, just like Archie said, grabbing him, and he emptied the guy's tank. He was dead right. That's what did the number.
Angela, as we're watching this, you were saying, though, you were surprised that Foreman was not in good shape.
Well, he was in good shape, but what happened, missing the shots that he missed, it drained him. See, when you miss a shot like that and you're winging, it takes more out of you than when you're nailing the guy with a shot.
I'll tell you what did come out of this is the first time when the mob came in, was the first time that Ali thought of the new trick of sitting down in the middle of the ring so people wouldn't jump all over him. And that's the first time I've ever seen him do that.
His attitude was, let me get away from these crazy guys. Now, you notice where I was, don't you? On the outside. That's the safest place.
You were trying to take the gloves. That's what you were trying to do.
Don't you worry, I got him.
First of all, you got to understand the dressing room was very small. It's extremely hot and humid. A rain cloud had just burst the water was beginning to come in, and we were sitting in about ankle-deep water there when this wave of humanity came in. Pandemonium would have been an understatement. All of these people mixing in there, weeping, crying, laughing, and some Zairean police trying to impose order. Finally, they just gave up and they joined us. If you can picture a room of that many crazy people hollering at the top of their voice, then you know what it was like in that dressing room.
All right, let's go back in time to that bizarre scene as it was seen around the world on closed-circuit television as hosted by David Frost.
It wasn't a close fight, was it? No, it wasn't a close fight. No. Was it close before I knocked him out? No. You sucker. Wait. Is this on close? You tell. Is it live? Right now.
Everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me. But I didn't dance. I didn't dance for a reason. I wanted to make him lose all his power. I kept telling him he had no punch. He couldn't hit. He's swinging like a sissy. He's missing. Let me see your box. I hadn't started dancing yet. You can't say my legs are gone. You can't say I was tired because what happened? I didn't dance from the second round on. I stayed on the ropes. When I stay on the ropes, you think I'm doing bad. But I want all boxers to put this in the page of boxing. Staying on the ropes is a beautiful thing with a heavyweight when you make him shoot his best shots and you know he's not hitting you. I would have gave George Foreman 2 rounds of steady punching because